So that brings us to Mississippi. You ask why did Mississippi be able to do that? Well, especially since we've gotten so many rappers like, we had Ray Strimmer, we've got Soldier Boy who's from Mississippi.
Got Tito Lopez.
Big Crit.
David Banner.
All
Buddha
these
Boss
artists,
Player.
Buddha Boss Player. All these artists who wind up getting signed, yet there's no scene. Well, part of it is those artists wind up moving away from here. Okay? So there's no focus on Mississippi. Yes, they're from Mississippi, but because they're not here, if the industry wants to interact with them or deal with them, they have to go to where they are, which is primarily Atlanta. So by them blowing up, it's great that they blow up. I'm happy for them. But by them going to Atlanta, they only strengthen the Atlanta music scene,
right?
Not the Mississippi music scene. And I understand why they have to do that, because that's where the work is.
Right.
That's where all the major producers are and whatnot. So I understand. I'm not knocking them, but that is a reality. But as far as infrastructure, Mississippi has an infrastructure.
So Mississippi had an infrastructure.
We had it. Malaco.
Why didn't they do it?
Let's look at Malaco.
Okay.
You look at Malaco. Malaco had records that were hits around the world.
For the people who don't know, what is Malaco?
Malaco is a Southern soul label / blues label that gave us records like Misty Blue.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, Malaco gave us one of the great, 2 or 3 of the greatest break beats in hip hop. They were recorded at Malaco. King Floyd's Groove Me. Gene Knight's Mr. Big Stuff was created in Malaco studio, and Get Up and Dance by Freedom was recorded and released on Malaco Records. That's a classic hip hop break.
Right.
So Malaco had the infrastructure to make hit records and to create, hit records that they wanted to market and promote them. They didn't see the value in hip hop. Had they saw the value in hip hop, and had they saw the value in marketing and signing and marketing some of these indigenous records, who knows where they would be financially?
Right, where Mississippi would be.
Well, Mississippi would be music in terms of music, because now your label is right here. You look at Houston Rapper, and here's an interesting story that most people don't know. Lil J told me this story about Malaco. This is to show you how powerful Malaco was. When the Ghetto Boys, the first manifestation of the Ghetto Boys, when they had that song Car Freaks, and the song blew up to a point where he could not manufacture and distribute as fast as he could meet the demand.
Right. More record companies, more record stores wanted the record
that he could provide at the point. He could print up and ship. So where did he come to try and get that distribution? He came to Malaco. And Malaco, in their typical fashion, not understanding the dynamics of how you do business with black people, told them, if you give, this is according to Lil J, you give me your company, give us most of the company, we'll distribute the record. As a matter of fact, that song, Do It Like a Geo, hello, this is the owner of White Own Records.
that was about Malaco?
That was about Malaco, he told me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that goes deep inside.
It goes deep, yeah. It goes deep. By the time Malaco tried to get into the rap game, it was too late. They didn't know anything about it. Talking about rap artists?
Yeah, rap artists.
I know almost everybody that came out of Mississippi that did anything except Ray Shrimmer. Those guys are a little too young for me to know. And Soldier Boy, but I knew Big Crit when he was 16 years old.
Really?
Yeah, he sat in my living room, played some beats for me, and this is a story I tell this story. I love this story. He played a beat for me, and the beat was cold-blooded. It was a dope beat, but it had a sample from LTD. I won't say which song, Crit. So if you're watching, I won't give away your secret.
I don't tell the secrets around here.
But I told him when I heard the record, I said, man, that's a dope record, but you know what, dude? You need to stop using samples. And Crit, at the time, didn't take too kindly to me saying that. He wasn't disrespectful, but I could tell in his tone that this is not what he wanted to do.
Right.
And what I was trying to get him to understand is that if you use samples like that, you have to clear them. And when
Right.
you clear samples, you also have to share or give up the publishing,
Right.
which cuts into your money as a producer.
Mm.
So if you are able to create music out of your head using instruments or a keyboard, you're able to keep more
You're
money.
able to get more profit. But do you think he was willing to sacrifice the profits to make a better quality of?
Well, at that point, he didn't. I don't think he knew how to sample, and he was good at it, and he likes that type of hip hop.
Right, he likes the old samples.
Right.
Because if you listen to all his albums, they all sample down.
And you know what? I'm glad he didn't listen to me.
Right.
I mean, in the long run, it
worked out for him.
It worked out for him.
Right. So all the time. Sometimes you just gotta go.
Sometimes you have to stick to, your artistic vision. I can tell you whatever, or anybody can tell you whatever, but you have to stick to your artistic vision. But now later on, he also said when he got the sample fees, he understood why I was telling him what I was telling him. He told me that was the last conversation we had. Who else? I knew David Banner. Boo, I knew Boo. All these people sat in my living room. I knew Reese and Bigelow. Still, I'm friends with all these guys, man.
You knew Boosie when he was younger?
I knew Boosie I met Boosie when he was 12, thanks to CeeLo. As a matter of fact, I got a crazy story about that is CeeLo was in town because he recorded over at Lamar's Williams' place, who, by the way, is a great producer. He's a blues singer now, but he was a rap producer back then. He called himself Gutter Boy. And he hired me to write his bio. And so I said, okay, fine. I'm in town, so you don't even have to, come to Baton Rouge or whatever.
This CeeLo,
right. I'll meet you where you want me to meet you. Well, at that time, I would have people come to Bennigan's, which wasn't too far from my house. As a matter of fact, Donnie Cross likes to say I turned Bennigan's hip-hop. Because we brought so many rappers in there.
Right.
So he brings this little 12-year-old kid. And I'm like, who? I'm thinking it's his son or somebody. He's like, who is that? He said, that's my retirement plan. It's going to be the future of CeeLo Records. This guy's going to be a big star. He's a little Boosie. I'm like, okay, all right, little kid, okay, cool. And we all sit down, and I order some chicken wings, a bunch of chicken wings. I asked anybody that want anything. Everybody's like, no, everybody's cool. And then all of a sudden, little Boosie said, man, look at that girl with that big old booty. So everybody turns to look at the girl, and then when we turn back around, Boosie's eating chicken wings.
No.
I thought you didn't want it. I changed my mind.
Right
then and there, I said, okay, the way he looked and just how this guy's a star.
Right.
You couldn't even be mad at it.
You knew it was inevitable that he was going to be somebody.
He was going to be a star. I see why this guy's clever.
Yeah.
And he blew. And you know what? When I interviewed him later on when he was older, he didn't even remember it.
That long ago.
It's really good to see artists evolve, in terms of their art, in terms of their outlook. That's one of the fun things about knowing an artist win, or meeting an artist win. Like Fiend and I are really good friends. We're friends to this day. I talk to Fiend every day.
Fiend from No Limit?
Right, Fiend from No Limit. Talk to him every day.
Man.
Every day on the phone.
I love Heart of a Ghetto Boy.
Oh, that's beautiful. You need to hear his International Jones. Have you ever heard any of those records? Dude, Google International Jones. He's got this thing now where he's like, it's like hip hop for mature adults. It's really dope. Okay. It is really dope. I like it as much as I like his old No Limit stuff. As a matter of fact, I may like it better because I'm older now, so I can appreciate that music. That's a good question because I was thinking about that this morning. If I were to teach a class for young hip-hop journalists, the first thing I would tell them is read as much stuff as you can about music and black culture and African culture. Right. Listen to as much music as you could possibly listen to. Not just listen to rap music. It's good that you listen to rap music. You need to know the history and the canon of rap music. But you also need to know the music that comes from the music or music that forms the foundation of the music. So if you're not listening to break beats, if you're not listening to funk and jazz and soul and R&B and reggae, hell, even calypso and samba, you got to listen to all of that. So you'll be able to recognize an artist using those elements within music. Okay, right. Of course you got to read and write, and remember that a journalist, a hip hop journalist or a writer, is only as good as not just their ability to write, but their ideals about the music. Right. So bring some ideals to the music, and be willing to say, okay, I had this ideal, then I found out it was wrong.
Right. Not always gonna be right.
Not always gonna be right.
Sometimes you gotta switch it up.
Right. You know, sometimes I was wrong about certain artists in the long run. I was one of the first people to kind of come along and report on Cash Money. Right. I wrote a lot of bios for that company. I wrote articles on that company. Interviewed Baby, interviewed Wayne, Juvie, BG. Almost everybody in the early stages, I was there.
What was Wayne like when he was younger?
Wayne was actually kind of shy when he was younger, dude.
Really?
Yeah, he was real kind of shy. He wouldn't. You asked him a question, he'd answer it.
But he would be kind of standoffish.
He's kind of shy. He's kind of standoffish. Juvie was the one I had the best rapport with because he was a little older than them.
Right.
But BG, BG was cool. The next time I saw Wayne, he was a superstar. Right. It was amazing. And I knew Wayne had it in him because, dude, when you listen to Wayne back in the day on the Hot Boys record,
he was going in. Yeah, he was going hard.
Oh, man, he was phenomenal. You were like, wow. And to think he was a kid.
Yeah.
He was a kid.
It was the same thing with kind of like Lil Boosie. You kind of already knew that
when
he was
you heard that first album off Lil Boosie, you knew something special was going on.
Youngest of the camp.
Yeah. Youngest, you knew something was special. And then when you heard the mixtapes, you
felt that same thing with the Block is Hot.
Yeah. It was like, it's phenomenal. And to watch, like I said, you watch him then to just only grow and be better. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm humbled. I'm very humble. I feel blessed. At the time that I was, doing hip hop journalism, I just came along. I was lucky. People gave me a break. I was just happy. I was happy to do it. I took it seriously. I took the culture seriously. I still take the culture seriously. I write academic pieces about hip hop now. Okay. I'm working on some books. I published a book in France about the history of Southern hip hop. So I'm still, involved in hip hop.
Right. You're just more behind the scenes.
More behind the scenes, exactly. That the world is theirs and they can change it if they don't like it. That they have the power to change it. That their voice is important. That their art is important. That their thoughts and feelings are important. Just learn how to articulate them. That's all.
Okay.
And above all, value knowledge. Value wisdom.
Right.
Jackson's a wonderful city. We need a new mayor. And that's all. We need a new mayor. We need one with vision.
Okay. All right, Mr. Charlie Braxton, it is an honor to be able to have to chop it up with you, and we'll be getting back with you.